Imagine this. The clock strikes midnight and Washington plunges into chaos. The government shuts down. Hundreds of thousands of workers go unpaid. Markets plummet and America grinds to a halt. But here's the real question. What happens next? Would Donald Trump and Elon Musk seize the moment? Would the economy spiral out of control? Would Schumer's gamble backfire spectacularly or turn him into a hero? In this high-stakes alternate reality, we break down exactly what could have happened if Schumer and his fellow Democrats had refused to keep the government running. Power struggles, political warfare, economic collapse, and a game-changing twist that could have reshaped America as we know it. Buckle up, because this what if is wild. Let's dive in. The most recent U.S. government shutdown was averted in March 2025 after Congress passed a stopgap funding bill extending federal funding through September 30th, 2025. The bill, signed by President Trump on March 15th, increases military spending while cutting non-defense funding and grants the administration more flexibility to downsize agencies. The Senate passed the bill 54-46, with 10 Democrats, including Chuck Schumer, joining Republicans, sparking backlash from progressives. Schumer faced criticism, protests, and had to postpone his book tour due to security concerns. The vote highlighted deep Democratic Party divisions over strategy in dealing with Republican policies. March 13, 2025. The Senate vote on the CR fails because 10 moderate Democrats, including Schumer, refused to support it. The bill, which previously passed in the House, stalls, leading to a government shutdown set to begin at midnight on March 15th. March 15th, 2025. The federal government enters a partial shutdown. Essential services, military, air traffic control, social security, etc., continue. But 800,000 plus federal workers are furloughed, and others work without pay. Markets react. The stock market drops as investors fear prolonged gridlock in Washington. The S&P 500 falls 3% on opening. Media frenzy. News outlets highlight the economic consequences, pointing fingers at both parties. Conservatives frame Democrats as sabotaging America for refusing to fund the government, while progressives argue that Democrats are standing up against Republican cuts to social programs. Chuck Schumer's explanation. Schumer justifies the no vote, saying, "We will not rubber stamp reckless spending cuts that hurt everyday Americans. Republicans want to gut essential services while boosting military spending. We are standing firm for working families." His message resonates with progressives but alienates moderates. April 1st, 2025. Donald Trump holds a rally in Pennsylvania, calling the shutdown a Democrat-manufactured disaster. He says, "This is what happens when weak Democrats fight each other. The radical left controls Schumer, and they just shut down your government. His base eats it up." April 5th, 2025. Elon Musk tweets, "A government shutdown is bad for business, but it's a great reminder of how inefficient DC is. Maybe it's time we rethink how things run altogether. Tech can do better." His 200 million plus followers flood the internet with support for government privatization. April 10th, 2025. Essential federal services slow down. National parks close, IRS refunds are delayed, and federal contract work halts. April 12th, 2025. Trump and House Republicans introduce a new bill with even deeper spending cuts and a harsher stance on social programs, hoping to use the crisis to their advantage. Democrats don't want to negotiate? Fine. We'll make a real spending bill. May 1st, 2025. Unemployment rises. The shutdown affects contractors and businesses relying on government work. The GDP drops 0.4%. May 5th, 2025. Republicans go on the attack. GOP senators argue that Schumer and progressive Democrats are holding America hostage over unrealistic demands. May 10th, 2025. Democratic infighting explodes. Some moderates, including Senator Joe Manchin and Senator Mark Kelly, push Schumer to cut a deal with Republicans. Progressives refuse. May 12, 2025. Schumer is stuck. If he caves, progressives will see it as a betrayal. If he holds out, the economy worsens, and Republicans tighten their grip on the 2026 elections. May 20th, 2025. Trump floats a radical idea. Why don't we let companies like SpaceX and Tesla handle key services instead of waiting on the government? Musk, seeing the opportunity, suggests a tech private sector emergency response initiative. June 1st, 2025. The shutdown enters its third month, the longest in history. June 5th, 2025. Polling shows Democrats losing ground in swing states. Republicans frame the crisis as Biden's recession, despite him not being involved in direct negotiations. June 10th, 2025. Progressive and moderate Democrats clash. Behind closed doors, reports surface that Schumer has lost control of his caucus. June 15th, 2025. Schumer and Senate Democrats finally agree to a compromise bill, but it's worse than the original CR that failed in March. It includes harsher spending cuts and stricter limits on social programs. June 20th, 2025. The bill passes, the government reopens, but Schumer is politically damaged. Progressives call him weak, while moderates think he dragged out an unnecessary crisis. July 2025. Musk launches a pilot private sector infrastructure initiative, getting state governments and corporations on board. Some see it as a solution, while others call it an attempt at corporate overreach. August 2025. Trump's 2026 midterm campaign ramps up, using the shutdown as a rallying cry. We can't let Democrats ruin the economy again. September 2025. Chuck Schumer faces internal pressure to step down as Senate Minority Leader. His favorability among Democrats is at an all-time low. November 2025. Democrats suffer in state elections, with Republicans flipping 3 key governorships. December 2025. The shutdown's effects linger. Markets stabilize, but public trust in government is at a record low. Was Schumer's decision smart? No. Schumer's gamble to oppose the CR backfired massively. Here's why. The shutdown weakened Democrats' bargaining position instead of strengthening it. Trump and Musk turned the crisis into an opportunity to push their agendas. Democrats appeared divided and ineffective, which hurt them politically. The final deal was worse than the original proposal, meaning the entire shutdown was pointless. Schumer's intentions may have been noble, but his strategy failed. Instead of blocking spending cuts, Democrats ended up with even deeper cuts and lost credibility in the process. The shutdown also allowed Trump to dominate the political narrative, further energizing his base ahead of 2026. What would Trump and Musk have done? Trump. He used the crisis to blame Democrats and position himself as the only one who can fix Washington. He turned the shutdown into a campaign weapon for the 2026 elections. Musk. He saw an opening to push privatization. By stepping in and offering private sector solutions, he further legitimized the idea that big tech can do government's job better. So, had Chuck Schumer and the Democrats held their ground, the government would have shut down for months, the economy would have suffered, and Trump and Musk would have seized the moment to push their own agendas. In the end, Democrats still would have had to cave, but under even worse conditions than before. Schumer's choice to vote for the CR wasn't popular, but it was the lesser of two evils. Holding out would have been a total disaster for the party, the economy, and his own leadership. This wasn't just about spending, it was about power, leverage, and survival in the brutal game of politics. But what do you think? Was Schumer's decision a smart move or a massive mistake? Should he have stood his ground, or would that have handed Trump and Musk exactly what they wanted? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and remember, this was an AI-generated analysis based on all available facts, political dynamics, and historical patterns. No bias, no spin, just a straight-up breakdown of what could have happened. If you love deep dives into alternate realities, power struggles, and history's biggest what-ifs, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. This has been Real Reels, where we rewrite the past to understand the present. See you in the next one.